I've never seen someone ice rosé, but...
You've never seen someone ice rosé? Well, talk to every jeweler in Miami that has fake diamonds.
Really, they do that?
Nobody got that joke.
And the closest you can ever get to feeling like you in this water with me right this very second is when you press play. Track number 1, Set in Stone, July 17th. So if you got my very first album, this will be my 12th. And this is what you call luxury rap, and this is the closest you will ever get to swimming in this water with the boss, baby.
One interviewer admitted he'd never seen anyone ice quite the way Rick Ross does. Ross's response was the joke that he's talked to every jeweler in Miami who deals in fakes, a line nobody in the room quite caught the joke on. Then he shifted gears entirely, speaking directly to the camera, the closest anyone's ever going to get to feeling like they're in the water with him.
Morning glory. What it is, Monday morning? Yeah. What we doing today? How we turning up? What new money we talking about?
Google search says that your net worth is $150 million. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Right that very second is pressing play on track 1 of Set in Stone, dropping July 17th. If Port of Miami was his first album, this one makes 12. This, he said, is luxury rapping, the closest anybody's ever going to get to swimming in this water with the boss. There was a time when the name Rick Ross instantly conjured success, big money, luxury, and calculated business moves. Asked about a Google search putting his net worth at $150 million,
"That's my car." "That's my car." "Don't worry, you're gonna get that car someday, Ricky."
Figures, how'd you get there?
It's called hustling nonstop. I have 25 ventures and partnerships. Just got back from Dubai. I'm going to Canada Friday. Tonight we in the club out here in the strip club. We performing. Itself will cover all my expenses for the year. It's just that consistent nonstop balance.
Ross brushed it off with an easy duh, treating the number as an obvious given rather than something worth confirming outright. Asked how he reached 9 figures, his answer was the same one he's given for years: non-stop hustle, 25 ventures and partnerships, back from Dubai 1 week, off to Canada the next, strip club performances alone covering a year's expenses, just consistent, non-stop balance. For years, he cultivated the image of someone larger than life, and fans saw him as one of hip-hop's biggest bosses. He's talked about building his empire himself, coming in through slip and slide with nobody handing him anything.
Rick Ross flew commercial this week.
Oh, man. Poor guy.
We ain't hired like Rick Ross in the airport neither. It's all good. Heading back to New York. Let's go next.
It didn't seem to me like he was hiding because he was taking a commercial flight.
Rick Ross looked so depressed to be flying with y'all junkies.
Uncle Murder, you ain't never killed nothing. But what I want to do is give you and all your kids a free cleaning, free teeth cleaning. I know what 50 going through right now. He may not be in the mood for this, Daphne Joy.
That put a wet towel over his head.
For the ones want to know where my jet at, I obviously didn't get the memo. It's being updated with Starlink. And I chose to fly commercial to Colombia to go party with Trick Daddy. When Ricky Rose takes flights to 6 digits. I'm going to get some Mounion.
Describing his sprawling Georgia estate, 300 acres and 60,000 square feet, as something bigger than the projects he came from. 3 projects and a couple of football fields, in his words. A comparison he's called deeply motivating, even while acknowledging it comes from a place rooted in where he grew up. But by 2026, that reputation had taken a real hit. Instead of respect, a lot of critics and online commentators started associating his name with petty feuds, a bruised ego, and financial rumors that sparked endless debate. Asked outright if he'd ever worked as a correctional officer, Ross confirmed it.
9 figures, how'd you get there?
It's called hustling nonstop. I have 25 ventures and partnerships. Just got back from Dubai. I'm going to Canada Friday. Tonight we in the club out here in the strip club. We performing. Itself will cover all my expenses for the year. It's just that consistent, nonstop balance.
You're only flying private, huh?
I told myself I would not charter a jet until I was ready to buy it. But I told myself, and I waited those 20 plus years.
Right.
And when it was time for me, it was an investment.
Yes, he had. Online, the narrative had shifted. It looked like Rick Ross was going broke, and he was now in damage control trying to clean it up. Too late in the eyes of a lot of people, since everyone had already seen how the boss was really moving. Take the jewelry controversy. Asked about a specific watch, Ross clarified he's wearing a real AP piece with green emerald stones, insisting the whole bit about fake diamonds was just him having fun. One skeptic pushed back hard, insisting a particular watch was fake outright.
On the internet, Rick Ross is currently going viral because he was caught hiding while waiting for a commercial flight. And this is so wild framing, because you could never catch me hiding while waiting for a commercial flight. You just saw me at the airport.
Claiming that model was only ever produced twice, once in 37mm and once in 41mm, and that he personally knows both real owners, neither of whom is Rick Ross. Then came the commercial flight. Ross was photographed waiting to board like everybody else, and the jokes came fast. Poor guy, people said. We ain't hiding like Rick Ross in the airport. He was simply heading back to New York, and it never really looked like hiding since he was standing in plain sight the whole time. Uncle Murder piled on too, joking Ross looked oppressed flying with regular travelers. 50 Cent, meanwhile, was noted as possibly not even being in the mood for jokes given everything else going on around him.
Damn, white boy, Kendrick done bust you in the head before y'all even finish the publishing splits.
Is it common knowledge that you mow your own lawn?
I think everybody in Fayetteville, they kind of know when the weather's right and they see that big tractor out there.
You are mowing, you're mowing your lawn.
Like a John Deere or something like that?
One time for John Deere.
Look at it. What kind of rich cut his own grass? Why you out there cutting your own grass?
Got the one with the radio, the AC in it. I tinted the windows.
How many acres you mowing?
Man, I'm not even sure now. I believe close to 400. When I go out and mow the lawn, I had a homies with me too.
You're trying to save money, nigga? You don't want to pay for the lawn to get cut, huh? The AC broken in the...
So we got a bunch of other smaller tractors. So when they see the big one out, they know that's the boss.
Dude, that's the friendship I aspire to have.
No, that's a
all
friendship.
Your homies on the weekend, like, yo, what y'all?
Yeah, let's cut the grass. No, that's some of the coolest shit ever.
Ross addressed the jet directly. It's simply getting updated with Starlink, and he chose to fly commercial to Colombia specifically to party with Trick Daddy, joking that once he's back on six-figure flights, he'll be celebrating with a bottle of Moscato. The shift was impossible to ignore, and plenty of people started asking how someone who once looked untouchable had become one of the most joked about figures in rap. DMX, years earlier, had already made his skepticism clear, comparing Ross unfavorably to Jeezy and Biggie, and arguing that while Ross has technical lyrical ability,
Glory though, morning glory. What it is, Monday morning? Yeah. What we doing today? How we turning up? What new money we talking about?
Ross has just always been one of my favorite rappers ever.
A quick Google search says that your net worth is $150 million. Is that accurate?
They said it, duh.
the subject matter never went much deeper than food and weed and flexing a Maybach. So what actually happened? How did an artist who once looked completely untouchable slowly lose that image? Why did public opinion shift so dramatically over the years? And why has so much of the conversation around him centered on his ongoing back and forth with other rappers instead of the music itself? Take Drake, for instance. Someone Ross once called one of his favorite people to work with. Asked more recently whether he'd put Drake on his own level, Ross was blunt. Of course not. He's a minion.
Never seen someone ice rosé, but...
You never seen someone ice rosé? Well, talk to every jeweler in Miami that has fake diamonds.
Really, they do that?
Somebody got that joke.
It's the AP that I'm rocking. This is green stones, green emeralds. It's just me having fun.
And anyone confused about that needs to look closer. Asked whether he'd listened to Drake's Dice Man, Ross said he'd caught some of it, and that his own engineer found it rough listening, trauma even, joking that his engineer lost an hour of his life to it. He's also had his DJ specifically cut Drake's vocals out of Aston Martin music during performances, telling fans they could sing that part themselves if they wanted it. Their falling out traces back to 2024.
That's all it is.
I am fuming. That's a fake watch. That's not a real watch.
How can you tell?
That watch was only produced twice, one in 37mm, one in 41mm. And I know both owners, and they're not Rick Ross.
Well, I guess. Real talk. I'm just not
So who
impressed.
impresses DMX right now? Anybody?
I'm surprised you don't like Ross lyrically, man. Ross be
He's
spitting.
all right, man. He just talk about eating and you know, how much can it eat? How much weed can you smoke? Huh? Like, all right, you got a Maybach, you got the Aston Martin. Okay, good for you.
Rick Ross once said, unprompted, that Drake is one of his favorite rappers to work with, a compliment that aged strangely once things fell apart. Their friendship had weathered a brief test back in 2015 during Drake's public conflict with Meek Mill, one of MMG's biggest artists at the time. But they'd moved past it and kept collaborating. That peace didn't last. In 2024, tensions resurfaced after Drake's falling out with Future and Metro Boomin. Ross publicly sided with Future and Metro, a move widely read as him picking a side.
Rick Ross is going broke, okay? And he's now in damage control trying to clean things up, but it's too late. We've already seen how the boss is really getting
Drake responded by naming Ross along several others on push-ups, turning a private industry split into a very public rap battle. Ross answered almost immediately with Champagne Moments, a track packed with direct insults and personal jabs, making clear their friendship had fully broken down. After the dust settled from 2024's bigger rap battles, plenty of fans felt Drake had taken the heaviest hit overall, especially following his clash with Kendrick Lamar. And because Ross had aligned with Future and Metro, some viewed him as being on the side that came out ahead. Even so, Ross kept firing shots at Drake long after a lot of listeners assumed the feud had run its course. Joking online about the age of Drake's private jet,
Make all day, at that point, you had to be a top.
Well, some stunners out here.
A top football player in the country.
Yeah. So who's all recruiting you?
Everybody.
What's your question? Did you know Rick while he was working in law enforcement?
He was a correction officer.
So we're clear he was a correctional officer.
Yes, he was.
Recently accused you of working as a prison guard at one point, Rick. Is there any truth to that?
No, that's not true. But that's disappointing to hear that he said that. He said that?
telling him to be safe flying on it, calling it a 1978 model given to him for free as promotional consideration. Only days later, Ross's own jet reportedly made an emergency landing in Dallas. Everyone aboard was safe, but Ross joked about it publicly, saying, "Drake's fighter jet shot us down."
Every new opportunity seemed to bring another comment, another interview clip, another social post aimed at Drake. When Drake appeared to reference Ross on Make Them Pay from the Iceman project, Ross didn't let it go. He responded publicly, sharing negative reactions to the album and reading critical comments on camera. Not long after, he brought Drake up again during an appearance with entrepreneur Patrick Bet-David, criticizing the project and mocking aspects of Drake's musical direction.
I got a lot of respect for a lot of rappers, but I got one guy. He's my favorite person to rap with on any song. His name is Rick Ross. So we're in the...
I gotta take this to the streets. One question for the coach.
What up?
Are we gonna get a Drake Rick Ross album?
We had that conversation.
Okay.
And it's most definitely under serious consideration.
Yes.
Real talk. We back. You dig?
Hold on, how long has this been in the works, man?
I'm gonna be honest, this just was a quick vibe, maybe 2.5 months, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 2.5 months.
Do you guys care about album sales anymore?
Of course. This point? As a businessman, you do. That's like niggas selling Jordans.
One of your favorite songs with Drake?
Stay Scheming, I'm gonna say Stay Scheming.
Legendary song. Yeah, I see it. You have to put that there.
Drake came out. He came out to us. He came out in the streets. He came to us when we put that record together. It was one of those vibes.
The subject came up again during a separate podcast appearance alongside Fat Joe and Jadakiss, where Fat Joe openly admitted he didn't fully understand why the tension was still going. Responding once after being named in the song is one thing, but a lot of observers felt the ongoing back and forth had gone well past that point, with Ross continuing to add fuel to the fire weeks after many assumed it should have cooled off. That sustained criticism shifted how a lot of fans viewed him. Instead of reading as confident and unbothered, online commentary increasingly described his behavior as fixated on an old rivalry, rather than focused on new accomplishments. Comment sections and reaction channels questioned why someone with such a successful career seemed to spend so much energy responding to another artist. Some arguing wealth alone doesn't buy respect.
By the way, too, you worked, I don't know if you want to talk about it all, because were you a correctional officer at one point?
I was, yeah.
So going all the way back, when was that? How long ago?
Maybe when I was 20.
20 years old?
Yeah. You know, I didn't really get to make it to the prison. Because you got to go through training and all that, and I didn't last long. I may have lasted 4 months.
Right.
Before they said,
yeah,
I was a little tardy. Slab, I'm handling some motherfucking business, homie. I hope you calling about money. What you calling about then if it ain't about no money? You know I only like to talk about money, but since I love you, what else you talking about other than money?
Have you seen anybody confront Rick Ross about you?
Not in person, no. Anytime I'm around, he disappears.
Like, hey, why are you running around with this dude's name when this dude's out of jail now?
Well, you know, these guys, like we talked about, when you got some money, they don't care if you beat making them lick tampons, you know, everybody.
Others pointing out that staying locked in conflict this long didn't match the larger-than-life boss persona he'd spent years building.
There's also the 50 Cent side of things, a rivalry that runs even deeper and longer. Asked directly whether things had ever improved between them, Ross was blunt. No, they've never been cool, not since day one. Pushed on why, given they're both heavyweights in the same business, Ross ran through his usual list. 50's fashion sense, the fact that 50 doesn't own his masters and needed Eminem and Dr. Dre to essentially save his career, while Ross insists he built his own path through slip and slide with nobody handing him anything. He said he wasn't speaking down on 50 for living in a 2-bedroom apartment, just noting that he does, which says something depending who you ask. He also brought up 50's Diddy documentary.
And that old ass jet you got, they gave it to you free. That's a 1978. Be safe on that, Drizzy. Be safe on that plane. That old God is great. Y'all need to pray for Drake and tell him, park that old ass plane. It's a 1978 cargo jet. People gave it to him free for promo. And I ain't hating, but be safe. If something was to happen to you and I couldn't tell you this, be safe. And anybody getting on it, be safe, man. Wear your seat belts and make sure the oxygen thing's in there, because that shit was just for luggage. Thank you, everybody, for all the prayers, but I'm going to tell you, we on the jet, and I'm seeing the fighter jet. I see his nose. It's like Tom Cruise from Top Gun. I seen his nose. I'm seeing him in the cockpit. And I'm like, damn. I see his cheeks and nose going back from the G-force. I'm like, damn. And then, hey, man, it happened. You know what I'm saying? I can't say what happened, but it happened. Come on, white boy. But we safe, everybody.
Arguing that despite it hitting #1 and staying there for weeks, 50 doesn't actually own any of it, just collects a flat fee with his name attached. That rivalry traces back, in part, to the Officer Ricky controversy, arguably the single most damaging chapter to Ross's public image. Reports revealed that from 1995 to 1997, before reaching rap stardom, Ross worked as a corrections officer at the South Florida Reception Center in Dade County. That period lined up with the years after college, when he was still trying to establish himself as a rapper with the Carroll City Cartel. By the time Port of Miami exploded,
if I had to compare the two, I'd say Rick Ross was more like Biggie, Jeezy was more like Pac.
Rick Ross looks more like Biggie.
Rick Ross got lyrics, though.
Well, I guess. Real talk. I'm just not
So who
impressed.
impresses DMX right now? Anybody?
I'm surprised you don't like Ross lyrically, man. Ross be
He's
spitting.
all right, man. He just talk about eating and you know, how much can it eat? How much weed can you smoke? Huh? Like, all right, you got a Maybach, you got the Aston Martin. Okay, good for you.
his entire lyrical persona was built around the lifestyle of a powerful street boss, making the eventual revelation land even harder for a lot of listeners. Everything intensified in 2008 when a photo of Ross in a corrections officer uniform surfaced online. His first response was denial, insisting the photo had been manipulated. Soon after, though, the Smoking Gun published employment records they said matched his identity, including hiring information, salary figures, and resignation dates. From there, the story spread everywhere and became impossible to avoid. Ross eventually acknowledged working as a corrections officer, describing it in later interviews as a short chapter.
Yo, Rose, what is your true relationship with Drake? Nah, the love is genuine, and it's been like that for close to a decade now, since he came in the game. You know what I'm saying? When Drake was just getting on the team, being in Miami, needed a record, I moved for him the same way I moved for listening to this, homie. Listen to me, my nigga. Shine. I don't wanna see you lose. No real nigga wanna see you lose. That ain't what nigga about. This culture, this game, this rap shit, this ain't what it's about. I don't wanna see you lose. When I was the #1 nigga in the rap game, I showed niggas love.
Maybe 4 months, he said, before being let go for being chronically late. Public employment records have told a different story, reportedly showing roughly 18 months of employment with a strong attendance record, hired in December 1995 and resigning in 1997 at a salary of around $26,000. The revelation triggered heavy criticism industry-wide, with rivals and commentators using it to question his authenticity. 50 Cent became the loudest voice, turning the whole thing into Officer Ricky, a diss track that kept the controversy in the spotlight for years. In one particularly pointed exchange, 50 has claimed he sued Ross at one point and that his side won in court, alleging Ross was actually broke by the time they pulled his financial records, a claim Ross has never confirmed, and one that remains part of the ongoing back and forth between them, rather than settled fact. The name Rick Ross itself has carried its own separate controversy.
Being a hoe is when they
I would. I let them knock the Mario coins out of me.
I would.
And it's good. I speak across the room.
To me.
So love.
Montana done came to me and we done had conversations. Nigga, listen, we ain't on no I'm not on no disrespectful. Montana real. Ricky Rose, you know me. You know I love to be disrespectful. That's what I am. But my nigga, listen, it's deeper than rap. It's deeper than rap, homie. This is the first time I said this. Montana with you the long way.
As widely reported, the name was drawn from real-life former drug trafficker Freeway Rick Ross, and plenty of people have argued it wasn't simple inspiration, but an unauthorized use of an actual person's identity and story. According to public reporting, when William Roberts first adopted the stage name, the real Freeway Rick Ross was still serving a life sentence handed down in 1996. While incarcerated, he studied the legal system, challenged aspects of his case, and eventually got his sentence reduced to 20 years before being released in 2009 after earning time off for good behavior. Once free, he pursued the dispute over the name directly, filing a $10 million lawsuit in California federal court on June 18, 2010.
Day, me waking up from a nap, I just realized BBL Drizzy called his mommy on me. He shared their text messages between each other. Cupcake Drake, tell your mama you stayed out past your curfew, white.
I want to do Aston Martin music minus Drake vocals. So no Drake vocals.
Decide to tell the DJ not to play Drake's vocals on Aston Martin music.
Let's enjoy it without him. If they want it, let them sing it, and that's cool too. But yeah, my DJ minus that. Let's go.
Alleging the stage name infringed on his rights. That legal battle stretched on for 4 years before the court ultimately ruled in the rapper's favor in 2014, citing First Amendment protections around artistic expression. Even with the legal win secured, plenty of people felt it wasn't a full win in the court of public opinion. The questions about whose story had actually been used never fully went away.
Even with all of that following him, Ross kept building. He continued releasing successful albums, Teflon Done in 2010, God Forgives I Don't in 2012, Mastermind in 2014, each reinforcing his position near the top of hip-hop. He also built out Maybach Music Group, assembling a roster that included Meek Mill, French Montana, Wale, and Omarion, extending his influence well beyond his own catalog. Outside music, his business portfolio kept expanding. Real estate investments, including a reported 109-room estate on roughly 235 acres in Georgia.
What's up? You gonna press us out in our f***ing city, nigga? What's up? You need to get back up, nigga. What's up, bro? Come on. What's up? Why do you want me right now? Come on, man.
Fat ass ain't throwing no blows. Man, Will, they swung on your fat. You ain't done. You stood your fat ass back, man. Your scary ass. Your big fat scary ass stood back. Looking good down from this angle.
Partnerships with beverage brands like Luc Belaire and Bumble Rum, an investment in a healthcare company, multiple books, and a franchise portfolio spanning Checkers, Rallies, and more than 25 Wingstop locations across the southeastern U.S. Given all of that, it's easy to see why so many people viewed Rick Ross as the definition of success. Music, business, investment, and branding all seeming to work in his favor simultaneously. But underneath that polished surface, small cracks had already started forming, and those cracks became harder to ignore over time. There was also his 2013 guest verse on Rocco's UONEO, which drew immediate, widespread backlash over a specific lyric many listeners found genuinely offensive. Advocacy groups publicly objected, and Reebok ended its partnership with him shortly afterward. The fallout eventually cooled, and his career kept moving forward. But it remained another mark on his public record that people still bring up periodically.
He raps, you get punched in the face on some TLC shit, and TLC has 3 different meanings here, so pay attention. TLC, like the wrestling event where guys are obviously getting punched and they're fighting, you gonna need a chili ice pack for your left eye. So TLC this time is referring to the iconic R&B group, 2 members from this group whose names are Chili and Left Eye. And what's also crazy, the 3rd meaning of TLC, tender, love, and care. And the backstory behind all of this, Drake is rapping about an event that took place when Rick Ross got pressed after playing Not Like Us, and he just so happened to get punched on the left side of his face.
The name controversy resurfaced again during a 2022 back and forth with Gilly the Kid, who publicly referenced the corrections officer chapter of Ross's past. Then in 2024, Drake revived it once more on Push-Ups with a line referencing cuffing someone's girl like I'm Ricky, a lyric that spread fast online, with listeners immediately connecting it back to Ross's past and adding yet another layer to their ongoing rivalry. What makes this particular threat so striking is how old the controversy actually is, and how consistently it resurfaces whenever Ross's public image comes up in conversation at all. Beyond Drake, there's the notorious Not Like Us incident from July 2024, when Ross closed out a set at the Ignite Music Festival in Vancouver, Drake's own hometown, by having his DJ play Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us. It triggered a backstage confrontation, and Ross ended up getting punched on the left side of his face. Asked about it afterward, his explanation was simple.
Been there. That's it. The security tell me he shouldn't have been there.
Yeah.
Nothing about what was on that video say Rick Ross should have been here doing this.
Imagine if I had the chance to slap 50 Cent with this shit right here. Come get it.
Jose, the history with you and 50, is it better now? You guys now friends? Like, you guys talk now, or is it still no relationship?
Nah, homie, Wash. We've never been cool.
From day one?
No.
This is a big business you guys are a part of. You guys are 2 of the heavyweights in the business.
I mean, what is there to talk about?
A lot of things to talk about. History, the beef.
What kind of history?
Security told him he shouldn't have been there. Drake later referenced the exact moment in a triple meaning wordplay around TLC, the wrestling match, the R&B group whose members include Chili and Left Eye, and more pointedly, tender love and care, turning the whole incident into another layer of the ongoing rivalry. Around the same period, reports surfaced that ticket sales for his Port of Miami 20th anniversary tour were running slower than expected, with buy one get one promotional deals showing up for some dates. Drake reportedly noticed and reacted to at least one of those reports online, adding yet another chapter to the feud. Taken together, all of this fed a growing perception that Ross was spending more energy defending and protecting his image than simply letting his accomplishments speak on their own. At the end of the day, he remains one of the most commercially successful rappers of his generation, with a genuinely deep catalog, major business ventures, and a career most artists would envy. But his story also demonstrates just how fragile a carefully built public image can become.
That he couldn't dress. That's all I used to tell him. Yo, you can't dress. You're not really getting no money. You don't own your masters. Eminem saved you. Dr. Dre saved you. All the big names. Rose did it himself. Came in through slip and slide. I had to build this myself. And I'm not speaking down on him because he live in a 2-bedroom apartment, but
he lives in a 2-bedroom apartment?
2-bedroom. Catch the alley hoop now. Gotta win by Yama, this bitch.
2-bedroom apartment.
Yes, he does. And if he does, what does that say about him? Come on now. Just the alley hoop. Come on now. What does it say about him?
When your entire brand is built on being larger than life, every small contradiction ends up under a microscope. A few things stand out looking back across all of it. First, owning your past tends to work out better than running from it, since unanswered questions have a way of outliving whatever the truth actually was. Second,
50 lives in a 2. He just did a big documentary on Diddy that blew up. It was a #1 documentary for like weeks.
You just to the Drake stands. Can only imagine what that feels like. Well, I really couldn't. But damn, niggas say 3 albums are trash albums, 2 years too late. Hey man, it was fun while it lasted. You're washed. Where's Iceman? There's Ice Man. The throat goats.
Not putting Drake at your level.
No, see, you might be, I could see it in your eyes, you might be confused. If Drake was what he thought, he would have been able to clear all this shit up, address it, and been moved on. I listened to some of it. My engineer it was horrendous. They lost an hour of their life for this shit.
Listen to it.
Yeah.
Are they recovering?
Yeah, trauma.
Trauma. It's tough.
The image you build for yourself can eventually become something you're expected to live up to every single day, whether or not that was ever the intention. And finally, not every disagreement actually needs a response. Sometimes simply moving on says more than getting the last word ever could. Whether you think the criticism is fair or believe Ross is being judged too harshly, one thing seems clear. His public reputation looks a lot different today than it did at the height of his career, which is exactly why so many people feel like the story around him has genuinely changed. So, has Rick Ross damaged his own legacy, or is the criticism overblown? Let us know what you think in the comments. And if you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with another hip-hop fan. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.